Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. Let's take another look here at Chainlink, see what's going on. We can see we're trying to break free from this most recent resistance level. Keep in mind this resistance at roughly 1442. That is a key level resistance based on a daily candlestick closure. So we do take a look at the daily. We can see here in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 attempts to break through that level, still have yet to do that, okay? So if we close above that, that could be a firm indication that the price action is ready to rock and roll and continue higher. Keep in mind there's a lot of other caveats we want to look at to make sure we don't just jump in blindly, but this is a potential very positive sign here for Chainlink. It reminds me of AVAX just before it took off here, breaking its most recent descending trend line. So we'll take a look at that and much more if you're new to the channel. I'm not a financial advisor. I hope you can learn something today if you want to become a better trader. Of course, CryptoCache.tech is a site linked down below. We've got a trading academy, community, and signals group, and I can tell you it's been a lot of fun, and we got some new areas in our Discord too. So if you've been with our committee for a while, make sure you enable all channels. There's been some really cool updates and additions. And just to clarify, it's what we got some live charts here. These are all the charts that I provide to my community. Trade alerts as well with a detailed analysis on specific trades I'm looking at taking. It's just kind of like a segue into the signals too. So just kind of give you a little mindset of or understanding of what my mindset is going into the trade. So let's take a look here at Chainlink here and recognize that $15. Heavy concentration liquidation there, implying the price is more likely to sweep to the upside than downside. Take a look at this here. We can see that reflected here on the charts. $391 million at $14.79 at that price point, upwards of $15. So if you're going to consider securing profits, maybe consider securing them soon. Just recognize that Chainlink is looking pretty strong in the overall sense. But again, this level exists because this is a resistance level too. You got to recognize that there's a lot of selling pressure there. So just because liquidation levels are there doesn't imply it's just going to go further at that point. But again, a lot of it hinges on Bitcoin too. Bitcoin pulling back right now looks like it's making a pretty aggressive move. So just be mindful. There's a lot of potential for Bitcoin to pull back, and if so, Chainlink will continue to go down too. All right, so that's kind of where we're at there for Chainlink. Let's take a quick look here at the daily time frame, kind of recognize a few key factors here. Oops, let's go ahead and do this here. So on the daily time frame, let's recognize the simple moving averages and just understand we're below three out of the four important ones. The 20 is good, don't get me wrong. Being above that's awesome. That lets us know we're probably going to be range bound between 1335 and 1475. But for the most part, being under that 20-day SMA, that's generally not a favorable sign. So overall, I think the circumstances here for Chainlink are still favorable, but we are below some key levels, and it's important to recognize that. Let's jump up to the weekly just to kind of clarify, because I do like to kind of give us a bit of a macro understanding since we're close to the weekly candlestick closure. We can see here we're still under the 200 and the 20-day SMA. Those to me are the most important on the weekly, but of course being over the 50 would be nice. So it does tell us that we're breaking into this resistance range, but we're not truly through it yet. Okay, so again, solid closure, $15 or higher, I think would put us in a much better place to give us confidence in taking long positions. When we jump into the 4-hour time frame, we can kind of recognize here as well, we're above all moving averages. That's very positive. The midterm time frame is still looking pretty decent. We can see here with the price action being above 50 on the RSI, that's fantastic. Stochastic swinging up for the second time. Those are all positive contributing factors, okay? Again, this does hinge a lot on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does decide to pull back to these lower fib levels, maybe even some macro fib levels, then we could be in trouble for Chainlink and most other coins, right? Again, this double top could play out where the price action just continues lower, and it's an absolute possibility. Okay, so try not to get blinded by the fact that there's good liquidation above the price action. We have a lot of convergences. Bitcoin is still calling the shots no matter how you look at it. Looking at the hourly, let's quickly double check here. We got a bearish engulfing candle here so far in the hourly that's about to close here soon. It's generally not favorable. We can see Ichimoku cloud as well, also confirming that we're looking pretty solid in the overall sense of a long position. So it's conflicting information, isn't it? Right? We got the hourly telling us the price wants to go up and we're good to go. The 4-hour time frame telling us we're transitioning out of this bullish continuation. And of course, a lot of other considerations in larger time frames too, letting us know we're not truly broken bullish, right? So all that stuff combined together generally implies you shouldn't take a trade. And I know. This guy online is telling me not to take a trade when everybody else is telling me to get destroyed and to take a 100x leverage trade. I get it. It's a polarizing view, and it's difficult for a lot of people to understand. But if you're not part of our trading academy or my premium group, you probably may not understand that it's important to pump the brakes once in a while. And there's a lot to trading more so than just getting in and getting rich quick. It's not that. It's going to be a grind, and there's going to be certain things you have to learn along the way. And a lot of it is being patient. So In circumstances like this, again, 95% of trade technical analysis is understanding when not to take a trade, or identifying reasons not to take a trade versus just forcing yourself into one. So try not to fall into FOMO. Try not to just be another statistic. Do your best to pump the brakes and just learn from your mistakes. Okay, easier said than done. I know, I get it, but been trading for over 20 years and teaching for almost half that long, so I can tell you it's it's never a dull moment, but it's always entertaining nonetheless. I hope you learned something today. Do me a favor, hit the like button, comment below. Do yourself a favor, join us over at BitUnix. The link down below if you want to use my link to register. Phenomenal rewards. And obviously, more important, no KYC or VPN. Majority of our US Canadian members decide to use them because of that. Furthermore, too, I've got technical analysis and otherwise here on our Twitter, Telegram, Discord, YouTube, TikTok, and now we have TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So check them out. Appreciate the support either way. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next one. Take care.